with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News NOWCAST.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Molly Samora. We want to bring in our David Walter at first thing because the weather is looking like the first day of fall with a little bit of rain we're noticing.
Yeah, we're getting some rain out there right now. For the most part, it's actually not too bad out there. That was kind of the big overall change in the weather forecast as we were talking about this morning. Most of the rain is really coming as we get later on in the day. But out there into the mountains, Warren County, along the banks of the Allegheny River, it has been a little wet out there, 65 degrees, and we can expect some of those showers as we go throughout the afternoon, but the heavier rain coming as we head into the evening hours. And here's kind of an overall breakdown of this system. You can see much more rain just outside of Cleveland over there towards Detroit. That's where the flooding concerns are the highest. We don't have any flash flood watch in effect for Northwest PA. You can see some showers working through central portions of the state, but between here and Cleveland, there's just not much rain. And so that's the reason why we're expecting the rain chances to really go up more so tonight. This is a slow-moving storm system, but you see some of those showers pushing through Warren, Sheffield, Kane over there towards Bradford as well as Jamestown. Futurecast, yeah, maybe a little overdone right now, but you're seeing most of those showers this morning to the early afternoon are farther to the east. Later in the day, though, that's when we have some storms come on in, and because we're getting some sunshine, we're getting that nice southerly wind that's going to increase those muggy levels just a bit, and that's what storms like. They like a little bit more energy, and that's the reason why I think some of these storms that come later in the day, more so as we make that turn into the evening hours, they could be strong, possibly even severe, with strong gusty winds being the main concern, but also heavy rain as well. Isolated flooding chances are pretty limited this evening, but when it rains, when it comes down at a really good rate, you can certainly get a quick buildup of water in those flood-prone areas, and also your basement may be dealing with some of that wetness as well. We turn our attention to Thursday. Cooler temperatures, boy, it's certainly going to feel like fall sweater weather indeed as we head into the first full day of the brand new season. You can see part of the area shaded in yellow. That's indicating a level 2 on our severe weather scale. And we're looking at that possibility of strong damaging winds, isolated tornado threat. That just means in this whole general area, there could potentially be one little spin up. So that's a very low threat, but it's not totally zero. So it's something we are watching for you today. Right now, as we look outside in terms of temperatures, we're working our way up. I think we'll be close to 80 here in Erie. We are dealing with more of that sunshine towards the lakeshore, but cooler numbers inland where we do have thicker clouds in place. And we welcome in fall today, officially at 3:20. So how about 2 pumpkin spice lattes for us? Weather impact index at a 1. We've got just a couple of those showers out there this morning. We've got some sunshine, gusty winds as well, and those stronger storms likely as we get into tonight. So we'll talk about the 7-day in just a little bit. Molly?
Thanks, David. And with that rain David has been talking about, people might want to double check their basement for flooding. Plumbers tell us to make sure if you have storm drains near your home to double check that nothing is obstructing it from working, like garbage or storm debris. That'll cause your street to flood and potentially your basement as well. Local plumber company TJ's Plumbing and Heating says they recommend a prep for a rainy couple of days to check your gutters outside of your house. Owner TJ says to make sure they're flowing properly and gives some tips on how to make sure.
The easiest way to do that is take an umbrella when it is raining and walk outside, making sure it's flowing properly. Ahead of time, you can use a garden hose, kind of spray it up on your roof, depending on how high it is. But gutters are very, very important. That's the first thing that we always look for.
And we'll check back in with David for another check of that forecast coming up in just a little bit. And another area school is shifting back to virtual learning this morning. Girard High School will close to in-person learning today because of a cluster of COVID-19 cases. The school will be closed today through October 1st by order of the Erie County Health Department. The school district says students will continue to have classes online, and they were to log in by 8 o'clock this morning. This is the second area school to close because of an increase in COVID cases. Mill Creek's Chestnut Hill Elementary School closed earlier this week as well. And as we've been reporting, even though pediatric cases of COVID-19 are up locally, fortunately, very few children have been hospitalized with the virus here in Erie. Both UPMC Hammond and AHN St. Vincent are reporting only a couple of recent cases of local child hospitalizations. So if your child had COVID-19 symptoms or had tested positive for the virus, what are signs they should go to the doctor or hospital?
It's children that are struggling with oxygen. So if they're having trouble breathing or difficulty breathing or severe lethargy or being very tired, we would recommend a medical evaluation.
And by the way, although the trial studying the effectiveness and safety of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine for children ages 5 to 11 shows promising results, FDA approval is not expected until the end of this year. And it's the million-dollar question right now. Will everyone who got vaccinated against COVID-19 eventually need a booster shot? That's what the FDA is still considering. Vaccine advisors voted Friday to recommend emergency use authorization of Pfizer's booster for people 65 and up, along with people at high risk of severe COVID-19. But the FDA hasn't made an official authorization yet. Moderna has submitted its booster data, and Johnson & Johnson is expected to do the same, after announcing that adding a second dose of its vaccine provides 94% protection against symptomatic infection. For now, though, nothing can move forward until the FDA does. But the CDC's vaccine advisory are pressing ahead with a 2-day meeting on that matter, with Pfizer scheduled to present its boosters data today. Health experts say they expect the FDA to make a decision on boosters for the general population in the coming weeks. And a Teton County coroner has confirmed that the body found in Wyoming National Forest Sunday is that of 22-year-old Gabby P. Her death is ruled as a homicide, but the cause of death is pending final results. Petito's remains were found Sunday in the Bridger-Teton National Forest in Wyoming. She had been on a road trip with her fiancé, Brian Laundrie. She was documenting the trip on social media when she went missing. Laundrie has since gone missing, and authorities are searching for him at a nature reserve in Florida. Officials say he is considered to be a person of interest in that case. And new this morning, a single winning Mega Million ticket from last night's drawing was sold in New York City. It's worth an estimated $432 million. The winning numbers are 36, 41, 45, 51, 56, with a Mega Ball 13 and Mega Plyler 3 times. The ticket was apparently purchased at a pizza shop. The Mega Million jackpot reverts to $20 million for Friday's drawing. Powerball holds its drawing today for a jackpot estimated at $490 million. And another popular festival is returning to Frontier Park this weekend. The Blues and Jazz Festival will be back outside where people know and love it. Last year, organizers still hosted the festival, but it was all virtual and televised. They hope this outdoor festival will draw crowds and that people will feel safe because they can spread out outdoors. One of the challenges for organizers was finding bands to perform this year.
Nobody was touring for the longest time. When we finally decided that we could do this, that we had enough support from sponsors and so forth, and that we felt that we could do it safely, then it became a challenge to find musicians who were available.
And organizers say there will also be free COVID-19 vaccines available on Saturday and Sunday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. for those who are still looking to get vaccinated. And today is the first day of fall, a time where we see colder temperatures and leaves starting to change. And for some folks, you may have already be seeing those leaves changing colors. I found out why.
The dry conditions early in the spring, the wet conditions this summer, and kind of the back and forth are causing some of the leaves to change earlier and actually causing some of the leaves to drop.
DCNR's District Forester Cecile Stoutzer tells me there is no need to worry. We still have time to experience and see all the fall foliage this season.
So even if you miss the best color in one region, you probably have another opportunity to catch good color just in a few counties just down the road.
She informs me about what we can expect.
We're expecting a really good fall foliage coloration. We have over 130 native tree species, all of which change color at different times, and they all have a little bit different color.
Stelzer explains one of the most popular trees.
Especially sugar maples, they tend to have some of the most variable colors. So you'll see yellows, oranges, and reds all in sugar maples. And so that's what makes Pennsylvania so beautiful and such a wonderful place to come and see the fall foliage.
Now, David, she did tell us there's no need to worry. We still have about 6 weeks left, but you got to join me in on this interview. What did you find most interesting about it?
Yeah, well, the great thing is we're going into a very, very colorful time of the year, and it's really cool when I did some research. I had to do a little bit of research and discovered like why exactly do we see the colors, because I'm not really I didn't really do that great in biology and chemistry, I'm just being totally honest, but the reason why we do see the color changes is because, you know, during the summer season we have green leaves, and that's because the leaves are actually making food. That's how they survive, and that's the reason why they stay green for a while. But when we're going into the cooler season, the leaves, they become more dormant. They actually shut down the chlorophyll, and that is what allows for the leaves to be green. I know I'm getting into a very nerdy segment here, but stay with me here. So we have the green leaves, and when that breaks down, that chlorophyll, we start to see some of the other colors emerge. And yeah, these are the actual chemicals that allow for these colors. So that's the reason why we see those bright colors. And it's nice that we do have cooler weather. We actually have seasons here in Northwest PA, because we certainly love the look of the trees, and leaf peepers I know will be heading out over the next couple of weeks. And the brighter colors are more likely in the late summer when it's dry and when we have those cool autumn nights, and we certainly have some of them coming up. Right now on the Bayfront, you can see that we've been managing a little bit of sunshine. It's 74 degrees. We'll try to get to 80 today. We'll be pretty close. Over the next couple of days, temperatures coming on down. Maybe a few showers, drop rain chances a bit for your Thursday, but later on today, that's when some of those heavier storms will be moving on in. Possibly a little bit of rain could be later in the day, though. On Saturday, a lingering shower Sunday. Back into the 70s next week, but boy, we're turning into fall as fall officially begins this afternoon.
So we'll have to keep an eye out for those leaves starting to change. But thanks for joining us for the Erie News Nowcast. We'll be back tomorrow at the same time. Our next news is coming up at noon on WSCE. Make it a great day.